I think the most important thing for you to do as a child is to understand that every day that you live, you make a difference in the world, and everything you do is making an impact in this world. And you've got a choice. You can either go to bed at the end of a day, think about what you've done, and feel kind of good because you've done things that made things better. You've bothered to water a little plant, you've patted a little dog, you've been kind to some older people. That makes you feel good. Or you can go to bed and, I didn't do very well today. But whatever you do, you are going to make a difference. I think it's really important that, first of all, you try as hard as you can to learn about all the things that go on in nature, all these wonderful things out there. And it's really exciting to understand how a bird can fly, and it's fascinating to understand, how a plant lives from the sun and the water, how that all works. But at the same time, it's also really important that you feel what it's like to be a bird. What would it be like to be a bird flying through the air? And how would you feel if you were part of a group of birds that hunters were shooting? And how would you feel if you were a tree growing in the forest and providing food to squirrels and birds, and somebody came and sawed you down, or sawed down the other trees around you? And if you start feeling with nature like that, then that will help you to be a better steward. Sometimes you might think that to make a real difference, to really help save nature, save animals, you've got to get a degree and go off and go to a far-off place and perhaps trample around the jungle watching different chimpanzees or something. But you don't. You can actually make a really big difference in the places around you, in the little stream that you might know, in the backyard. You can make a difference by learning about the creatures around you, the insects, the plants, the birds, and you can make a difference by sharing what you know with your friends. And the older people have really messed things up, and we want you to understand how important a role you play as young people in helping to heal some of the bad things that we've done to this beautiful planet. A lot of people ask me why I stopped studying the chimpanzees when that was my childhood dream and when I loved being in the forest better than anything else. And the reason was because in 1986 I realized that chimpanzees were becoming extinct, that forests were going, human populations were growing, and there were so many problems in Africa that I couldn't really even try to make a difference if I stayed in the forests. So I came out and I began traveling and talking about the problems facing our planet. And as we all know, we haven't borrowed this world from our children. We've been stealing this world from our children. And as I went around talking about climate change and pollution and all these other terrible things that are making it so difficult for children today, it wasn't surprising I found young people who were depressed, who were angry, who were apathetic, because they felt that we'd compromised their future and there was nothing we could do about it. And so because of that, I started a program called Roots and Shoots for Young People, which is now in 100 countries around the world with about 9,000 active groups from preschool right through university and even beyond. And it's basically every individual makes a difference every day, and you choose as to what kind of difference you want to make. And every group of Roots and Shoots chooses for themselves, it's youth-driven, 3 different kinds of project to make this a better world. 1 to help animals, 1 to help people, and 1 to help the environment that we all share, with a theme of learning how to live in harmony between different people, different nations, and between us and the natural world. Knowledge, compassion, action is the cornerstone of our program for young people, Roots and Shoots. And this whole program revolves around understanding the problems that we've inflicted on the planet. And once you understand, then you feel quite deeply sometimes that we've really messed things up. And when you feel that, then you're ready to roll up your sleeves and get out there and take action and do something about it. it's very, very easy for any young person to find out about roots and shoots. We have this wonderful thing called the internet today, and there's a janegoodall.org website, and there's a rootsandshoots.org website.